Welcome to the We've Been Drinking MMA podcast. We are talking about the UFC ESPN 50 at Nashville. And the fight we are specifically talking about is Diego Lopes versus Gavin Tucker. I'm going Diego Lopes, money line. And the reason I'm talking about it is because this guy's ready to fight. Like, every time I see him fight, even though he's a younger cat, like, he just wants to throw.
He's fun to watch fight.
Like, and with Gavin Tucker, he's more about throwing a little bit and then getting the takedown.
5'6", kind of short.
Getting in that pocket, throwing a couple punches, and then
Right.
Holding on to you and then tripping you and holding, getting a win that way. Like, that's what I've seen. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but
it's about right. I mean, he's got some heavy strikes, but it's
like
mostly
the wins he has. I'm sorry to interrupt. It's been submissions.
Yep.
And the way people get submitted is by getting taken down.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe Gavin actually has a whole bunch of takedowns per fight, three to four round there. But Diego's no slouch either. Yeah. It's not like he's taking down people either. But his, I think this is gonna be a phone booth throwing type fight, and I think this is gonna be Diego by decision.
Yeah, for me, I think I'm going with Diego is who I'm thinking about. But I'm not going to bet him just because I'm afraid, because he has been controlled on the ground, in both his UFC fights, even though they were 4 fights apart, because he went in, or 4 fights apart. His last fight was in the UFC, and then 4 fights ago he fought on the Contender Series, and he got controlled on the ground in both fights. And that's the only thing about him is that I think if he can stuff Gavin Tucker's takedowns, which is possible because Diego has a 6.5-inch reach advantage. If he can use that reach, if he can keep the distance, if he can be smart and not rush in and get taken down, which I think he is smart. I think he does have really good shot selection. I think he can punch on the run. He can do a lot of really, really cool things as a striker. I think he can be smart, and that's what I'm looking for is to maybe live bet Diego Lopes. As long as he can stuff the takedowns and keep the distance, he'll be fine, because Tucker doesn't have the striking to keep up with Lopes.
Even though I think Lopes is going to win the fight, I have a real inkling you should live bet if it goes to the third round.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Because Lopes and Tucker are both really, really slow starters.
Mm-hmm.
I would wait. If this goes to a third round, whoever's a favorite in that third round, just bet the blazes out of it.
Diego 2 fights ago had a KO in the second round. In the 3 fights ago, he had a KO in the third. He gets better as the fight goes on.
Yes.
To your point, and the other guy Tucker has a submission in the third round. Two submissions in the third round in the last 4 fights. He beat Quarantillo 2 fights ago by decision. So, he's no slouch, and that's why it makes sense to live bet it too, is that, again, Tucker has the experience. Lopes is the kind of up-and-comer, 28 years old, young, and Tucker's 37 years old. But, again, all the attributes goes to Lopes. 5'11" versus 5'6", 6.5-inch reach advantage. Strike count is...
Tucker is a UFC veteran.
Yep. Takedowns is the only X factor for me. That's it.
Yes. Takedowns,
so just be careful about that.
Just be wary if he's taken him down 2 times in the first and then another couple of times in the second. You think third round's going to be different? I don't think so.
But Lopes improving from fight to fight.
But if he's starting to I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead. If he's stuffing at least a couple of those takedowns, I think Lopez's striking is going to be an X factor.
As long as because Lopes is good at punching on the run, which is impressive, but if he punches on the run too much against a guy who can duck under and take you down, that's bad. So if Lopes if his coach tells him, hey, don't just rush in and punch on the run, even though you can, don't do it, because if you do it, you're going to get taken down. And he switches to more of a guy who is trying to keep the distance, use the jab more, maybe punch to the body, things like this that can keep the distance more. Then it's by the third round, it's going to be Lopes's fight. So, and then also if Tucker is, gassing and things like this in the third because of the Lopes striking him. But also, Tucker is a southpaw, which also makes it awkward for Lopes. Lopes is orthodox. So, all these factors just, I think it's just smart. It's just try and be smart about what Lopes's game plan is, because if it is to punch on the run and just do whatever, it might be a rough night for him. So to make sure that he's just doing smart with the distance control and stuffing the takedowns, and then probably I'm gonna get the bet in, maybe like you said, in the third
Yeah.
on Lopes.
So my pick is Diego Lopez money line, and what is yours, Ro? Did you have one?
I'm going for Lopez, but I want to go for a live bet to make sure that
Live
he
bet
stuffs,
third?
Yeah, live bet possibly third round, just to make sure that he can stuff the
Okay.
takedowns and be smart with the striking.
I like it. So please, if you like what we are saying, please like, subscribe, and comment on what we are saying. So thanks, everybody.